morning and welcome to another Money Morning Routine. All right, I was just getting updated with my spending, and one of the things I know I needed to do was to go through and get updated on my highlighting. Now, I didn't have anything come out of my checking account, and I didn't have anything as far as cash spending, so I thought this would be a good time just to get updated with my highlighting. Okay, so now that that's done, move this out of the way. Okay, so nothing came out checking account, nothing came out for cash spending, so we're fully updated there. Let's go ahead and go to the end of the month and go to my monthly meal planner because I wanted to get updated with this. So yesterday was Monday, and I want to write down we had coconut chicken. Tonight I am making something to do with zucchini. I need to eat up some of my zucchini and or freeze the rest since I'm not going to be able to eat all of it. So very good. That one, I don't have to highlight yellow. These other ones I do though. So these are all yellow. Tea Time, Silverwood, and baseball. Man, I'm still getting over this last weekend. Then once baseball's done, because we do that every Sunday, we always go out to eat after the games. Once baseball's done, I'd like to have a whole monthly meal plan calendar like this that has no yellow, meaning no eating out. I'd like to do a whole month of no eating out. So that's my goal. But so far, here's where we are with that. Now, I do want to go back to my cash expense tracker because yesterday we did have to get hay. And so I have to write down that transaction. Now, if you look at my budget here, every single month, I budget $100 in cash for hay. Now, we spend and pay for our hay in cash from a local rancher right down the road from our house. He has really good alfalfa. And so the last time we went and got hay was 4/26, so April 26th. We are now at the end of July. So we went April, May, June, July. So we only spend, I would say, $160 to $220 every 4 months or so on hay. We just have 6 little pygmy goats that don't weigh very much at all. So that's where we are with hay, but we ended up spending $160, you can see yesterday, on hay. So I want to write that transaction down on my cash expense tracker. Now, what that's going to look like is actually going to be 2 transactions. So yesterday, 7/21, I'm going to say hay. That was for our homestead, and that was for $160. But I also used savings that I had saved from previous months. So we also need to write down where we got that money. So 7/21, I'm just going to put homestead sinking fund. It's a savings inflow into our life, and for $160. So it's a deposit into our life, and then we spent it. Or in this case, we spent it and then replenished and brought it back into our lives here. So these two cancel each other out. So that's how I write down when I'm using like cash savings that I've saved from previous months, like in a sinking fund like this. This is our little homestead hay envelope. So that's been all updated there. Another thing that I was kind of working on is my August cash envelopes. Yes, I'm already prepping and thinking about ahead in August. So in August, I'm just using these beach theme type of cash envelope. Isn't this cute? You're out on the beach with your little budget by paycheck workbook and your sunscreen. I think this is so cute. So I did more of like a summer beach theme for my envelopes for next month. So that's, my printer's kind of running out of ink, but that's the ones I'm going to be cutting out and making for today. So I have those all ready to go for August. Now, if we go over to August, another thing, if we go to the front of my workbook, we go to the very, very, very front under my membership and subscription reminder worksheet. So one of the things that I forgot is I have jewelry insurance. Yes. And I forgot about this because so last year I ended up getting a necklace, which is a diamond. And that diamond is actually made from my mom's ashes and my hair. So there's two generations in one stone. And so this necklace that I wear is very, very important. Now, the company that I had the ashes turned into a diamond, they always keep extra carbon in case you lose the diamond. Like, God forbid, I couldn't imagine if I lost this necklace. But I wear it all the time. I never take it off. So there is always that chance. And because it is so special and it was so expensive, um, I wanted to make sure that it was properly insured, that I can get it replaced at any time, no cost, anywhere in the world. Like if I was snorkeling in Hawaii and it fell off, it would still be covered. And so I ended up getting jewelry insurance when I got it. It's only $250 a year. But it covers all the way up to $25,000, and it completely replaces everything from the chain to the diamond to everything. And it has a bunch of other benefits with it as well, such as like cleanings and checkups. And if I need to have like one of the prongs on the diamond fixed or tightened, it covers all maintenance, everything. So that's $250. It's through Jewelers Mutual. And I only know about it because I got an email from them saying, hey, your jewelry insurance is going to renew. So I wrote it down on my reminder worksheet. So I know from now on in July, I got to add that to my budget calendar. All right. So I also, some others, now the whole point of the membership and subscription reminder worksheet is these are expenses that are going to come out of my checking account, right? Where you have to pay for them, but they're not monthly. They're quarterly or they're annual. And so they're very easy to forget. So writing them down, and every single time before you go and say work on a budget calendar, just come over to your membership and subscription reminder worksheet and make sure there's nothing here that needs to be put on your calendar to remind you to put it in your budget, to include that in your budget. So I did not, because I didn't even include it in my July calendar because I didn't know. Actually, I could just write it down right now. I didn't know until I got that email to remind me. So what I'm going to do is, you're like, well, Miko, how are you going to pay for it if it wasn't in your budget? So the $250, now I could let my checking account cushion eat this. I'm actually going to be taking it from my house maintenance sinking fund. And so next year I'll be prepared, but I have many sinking funds. I have different options that I can do. And so that's where I think I'm going to be pulling that when that renews here tomorrow. So that is something I wanted to mention. Make sure that you really fill this out. Another thing is Yellowstone and Arizona. These two have been hit as far as my savings goals. I have yet to hit my pet fund. I did have to use some Pine Manor natural income to hit those goals, but that's done. I have not hit my 10,000. So I wanted to add another $10,000 on top of my emergency fund. So I have a $30,000 emergency fund, because with the rising prices of everything getting more expensive, I wanted to add $10,000 on top of that. I have yet to get that done. And then obviously I want to start saving for a new car. Even though I just got my new to me car, my Toyota Highlander, I want to start thinking about that, or possibly getting Chris a truck because we really need a truck for the homestead. So that I need to start working. I have not started saving for that yet. But remember that membership and subscription worksheet. Now, if we go to August, so I am closing out my budget here shortly. So make sure so your August budget calendar should be done. This should be done. Remember, this is going to include things like your holidays, any reminders, events, travel, your bills, appointments. Now, I started the budget calendar back when I was getting paid twice a month. I want to mention this. I used to get paid on the 5th and I used to get paid on the 20th. And I would pay different bills depending on what paycheck it was. Having a budget calendar allowed me, so I would mark my paycheck, say on the 5th in pink, And then every bill that was associated with that, just that paycheck, I'd highlight in pink. And then maybe my paycheck on the 20th, I'd highlight in blue. And then all the bills associated that I'd paid with that paycheck would be highlighted in blue. It helped me see which bills I was paying with what paycheck, and by using different highlighters. But now today, since I'm only paid once a month on the 1st, I still have my key. It's just these things right here. So like a reminder is like, I need to remind myself that Toby and Zoom need their Brevecto for their tick and flea pill. Okay, start preparing for that. So, and then I have my August budget. Now, I was thinking about this because this might change. The reason being it might change a little bit is because I might bring in some vacation sinking fund money for spending money, because I'm no longer going to Iceland. You can see here, 7th, 8th, and 9th, we're traveling over to Seattle for an Ichiro weekend. So we're going to be doing a Mariners game on the 7th and the 8th and driving home on the 9th. I would like some spending money here, probably no more than $500. So I could take that from my vacation sinking fund, no problem. But I need to look at that changing. But that is my morning routine.